A voice you trust with inside information you need. This is Special Order with Louie Gohmert.
Hi, Louie Gohmert here on Capitol Hill, and I've got the latest for you about the tyranny on the Hill. You've probably heard that Andrew Clyde and I filed a lawsuit regarding the magnetometers, the metal detectors around the House floor. We got a great lawyer, Ken Cuccinelli, and it is just outrageous. And I know some people that, he thinks he's too good to go through metal detectors. We go through metal detectors all the time. I'm going to leave here shortly and go catch a flight. I'm going to go through the metal detectors. And I don't know why I get randomly selected for the extra special check more times than I don't. I don't know how it's random. So we go through that. But these are specially placed just around the entrance of the House floor. So the only reason you would have those there is if there was information indicating one member of Congress was a threat to another member of Congress. Because if members of Congress are not threatened by other members of Congress, no reason to have metal detectors just for them around the House floor. Well, it turns out it's not just for members, it's just for Republican members. Yeah, Democrats go through them, but we've had so many examples of Democrats going through and they set off the alarm and they don't stop, they keep going. Some have started stopping now that Andrew and I have made a big deal about this. But she set under a House rule a $5,000 fine. And I know that's not a big deal to multimillionaires like the Speaker and a lot of the Democrats. It's not, so what, $5,000? Well, to some of us who have sacrificed a lot to be here, it is a big deal. And in fact, it's enough where she could end up prohibiting anybody that wasn't a millionaire from even coming to Congress because they're going to get fined so much, they can't afford to be here. And one of the reasons we knew we had to challenge this is because this is tyranny. This is a Speaker of the House becoming a dictator. And we knew if we let this go unchallenged, it would get worse. Well, guess what? It's already gotten worse. Since Congress began, members of Congress have had oversight over executive branch agencies, departments. That's how we have checks and balances. And so as the Supreme Court told a director of the FBI named Mueller, you just can't get a warrant and go search a member of Congress's office. That's violating constitutional checks and balances and the division between the three branches. Well, it's also true that we meet with people not only that have complaints about the executive branch and some agencies, we hear about other members of Congress, including the Speaker. And we have, under what's called the Speech and Debate Clause, a chance to have conversations that are privileged, much more so even than an attorney-client. Well, now the Speaker's decided she gets to invade those, and she has now sent out a memo, and I found a bunch of our members of Congress don't even know their offices are doing this. She's now requiring we report every individual that's coming to our office and what they're going to talk about so they can run checks on who everybody is. Well, this isn't like the White House. This is not like the Attorney General's office. She has no right to know with whom an individual member of Congress, who's elected exactly the same way she is, she has no right to know who we talk to and what we're talking about. Of course, there are times when it might be nice to know if some member of Congress in the Democratic Party is maybe meeting with Chinese spies, things like that. That might be helpful. So nonetheless, she has no right to know who's coming to complain to us and about what. But yet she's ordered the Capitol Police, don't let anybody in one of the buildings. I'm in the Rayburn building here. Don't let anybody in unless that congressman has let us know who's coming and what they're coming to talk about. So this is really outrageous. The tyranny just builds and grows. So under the 27th Amendment, it makes clear that no congressman can have salary adjusted during the same year the law was passed. So taking $5,000, they say you either pay it or we suck it right out of your check. Well, that's adjusting, that's varying our pay. And she's going to do that. We had to file this lawsuit. And there are other members of Congress, all Republicans, because only the Republicans are having it actually enforced against them. Democrats are not. And that includes the Speaker. She's violated the magnetometers. That we have her on videotape doing that. She's got witnesses that have seen her do that. She doesn't fine herself. As it's fines for thee, but not for me from her standpoint. So we got to challenge it. The tyranny is growing. It's getting worse. And so we appreciate your letting your member of Congress, let them know what's going on, because a lot of them don't know. And tell them it's none of Nancy Pelosi's business, even though she's Speaker, who you want to meet with and who you want to talk to. And that's the latest from the tyranny on Capitol Hill.